So in this demo, I'm not going to use the terminal to create the project. Instead, I will use the integrated terminal in Visual Studio Code to build the project and do all sort of the things. So I will just go ahead and create a new folder, and then I will open the terminal. In the terminal, I'm going to type in code and period so that Visual Studio Code can start up in the similar directory for me to get started with the development process. So like we did previously, I'm going to open the integrated terminal, and then I am going to create a new project. .NET new -t web. The -t web means that the type of the project should be a web application. And just let me get rid of that. Once it finishes, I will go ahead and restore the packages. You will notice that it does not have any of the packages at the moment, so it will start downloading all of the packages from the network, and once it finishes downloading the packages, it will install all of those packages to this particular project. So now just let me go ahead and build the project to see if there are any errors in the project that I should consider before moving any further. Since .NET Core returned with a green signal, I can go ahead and run the application. So before anything else, you will notice that this application is currently running on localhost at the port 5000, and it also provides me with an option to terminate the process, Control-C, which is the default method to terminate any process. So this is the interface that Visual Studio Code will provide you when you run the application, and it is also the similar interface that is provided to you when you run an application on your terminal. So we can go ahead and open up Firefox to test our application. I will enter localhost port 5000 and press enter to open the application. And as the website was loading on Firefox, if we come back to Visual Studio Code, you will notice that Visual Studio Code also logged all of the requests and the generated responses in the terminal itself. Please also note that this is not the recommended approach, because you should implement your own loggers and log all of this data to a static file at the backend or a database where you can check all of this information later. Now, as you can see, our default terminal is busy with hosting the application, so we cannot use the terminal. In order to add a new terminal or perform any other action, we can create a new terminal. And you can see now the list shows us with two terminals. One is the .NET one, which is currently hosting the application, and the other one is this bash terminal that we can utilize for any of our purposes. Just to keep this tutorial very simple, I will just go ahead and edit this web application in the footer, and a few other elements such as the title and the navigation header or whatever that thing is on the top. To modify all of those values, we need to modify the layout file in the shared directory. To go there, we will go back to Visual Studio Code. Under views, under shared, there will be an underscore layout.cshtml file. I will open up and edit and modify all of those elements to reflect the changes that I wanted to. One quick thing, I am not going to write any C# code here. I am only editing the HTML code. The benefit of this is that modifying the HTML code does not require you to rebuild the application, and you will see if I go back to Firefox and refresh the page, you will notice that it generates the fresh content instead of requiring me to rebuild the project, although the file was CSHTML. And as shown, you can see that we did not required to rebuild the application to apply the changes, and they were applied to the files themselves. The integrated terminal can be used for other purposes as well, because now it is not hosting our application. You can use it for any other purposes, such as like publishing your local changes to a public Git repository, or any other purpose that you may have in mind or in your team's build system. And this way you can perform any operation right from within Visual Studio Code instead of having to go back to the default terminal. So in this video we saw how we can use Visual Studio's integrated terminal to perform all of the operations that we would either have to go to the default terminal or would have to write the scripts for. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you in the next video.